Some say Formula One isn't really a sport. What sport has stadiums that span seas? Or revels in driving rain, blazing sun, and blackest night? What sport makes even Vegas stop and stare? Sure, we have passing and curveballs and even the odd dive. But for us, the back of the net is no place to be. Breakpoint is rarely an advantage, and halftime, we do it in no time. Our kit saves lives. Our goals change futures. Our slam dunks echo around the world. And our big game, we do it 23 times a year. This is no ordinary sport. This is Formula One.
Good evening, one and all. Welcome to PRL Season 4. This is round 11. And we are this week honoured with being in Singapore, which seems to be a fairly fan favourite around here. Now the new upgrades and new track layout is here. And welcome to my co-host, or my co-commentary, Trev.
I like how you put your posh voice on for that, but my co-host, co-commentator. Yes, good evening, everybody. Hopefully we are being heard loud and clear, and if somebody could let us know, if not, please. Blitz is not a fan of Singapore, it would appear.
Please let us know, Trev says. Yes, it's not surprise. It's hit or miss with some. I prefer it now that the track layout has obviously been upgraded for this year. We have raced here a couple of times already. Yeah, I've just seen Matt's comment.
Yeah, Blitz was all clear, nice and playable. I'm like, wow, we can actually hear Trev for once. Yes, well, Matt, you may regret that, but never mind.
So we're just waiting for these guys to ready up.
As I was saying to you before we came live, that it was a track that when I still raced, I didn't actually mind it, given that I hate street tracks normally. But weirdly, I quite liked Singapore. I must have actually been able to drive around it without crashing or something. That'll have been it. It'll have been as simple as that.
It's definitely one of those tracks that is difficult in terms of being a street track. Every street track has got its own level of difficulty. It's one of those ones, you know that a mistake could be, that's it. There's no runoff. There's just walls, and they come in very close, and it's made a little bit easier Singapore this year, where they've got rid of that under the bridge section, which, like we spoke while we was off air, saying it's got the potential just to rip your wing off on the old entrance as you went on the left hand or under the bridge. But then saying that, in terms of a street track, I think this is the kindest.
Yes,
in my opinion, I think this is the one that's going to be kinder on drivers' mistakes.
The other end of the scale was is obviously the dreaded Monaco, that I just could not drive a lap round without bouncing off at least one wall, unless I was like 5 seconds slower than the folks. I was just could not ever drive that track at all.
Absolutely. Don't you start, Shazoo. You can only go as quick as these guys are ready up. They took ages to bloody ticket. Here we are underway now, and the big question is the weather. We know Singapore has it. We know it's got the absolute chance of it. We have got full quali. It's looking nice and dry so far. If any of you lovely drivers are in the pits, please let us know. Matt just says wet. I mean,
yeah, helpful.
What, your pants, or the track, or what time, what part? Or is it you just dribbling again? Well, showers. Yeah, when? I need to know when. No matters, just your tears. Like George Russell's famous message. I think
Yes.
you might just be sweating, George. While we're waiting for our really, really bad weather report to come in, we will look at the equal tables, which I hope will come up on the screen now for you. And there we go, as you have it, we have Pierre Raikkonen still continuing to lead the way with a 20-point difference from P2, and that's Hound in the Ferrari. J7 is then a small chunk behind up in P3 for the Red Bull. Pierre Vale is level on points with JB7, but unfortunately for Vale, he's not racing this week. So it's a big chance for J7 and the surrounding drivers around him to leapfrog him and potentially put him down quite a few places. McLaren lead the way again. Just under 30 points in P1 to the P2 of Ferrari. It's definitely a pattern emerging here in P1 and P2 in equal table for the drivers and the constructors.
Matt has told us that 30 minutes into the race, 87% chance of rain.
So we are having a dry to wet race, probably towards the end-ish.
Yes.
Yes. Let's have a look then, as we got drivers out.
A7 went out first, customarily, on the wet tyre. And Hound is doing the same.
Tire strategy, yeah. Goes head, they are. Who's that in between? Is that the Alpine of Dreams?
I believe it is, yes.
But there we have it, and again, it's quite easy to invalidate a lap around Singapore. You've definitely got a high chance of it in Sector 1 as you're coming off the first DRS. This track seems to get very narrow and you carry a lot of speed. It's easy to invalidate coming around the left-hand corner. And again, it's just around this last little sector as well. You'll see the drivers, probably a varied approach going around that final couple of corners. And there is a very big chance of a spin round there. Yeah, Shizu seem to have a normal couple of drivers go out, have a little bit of a banker on the opposite compound. There's 18 drivers total now, so we do lose 3 in Q1, so always a little bit of a risk. No, you know, they're esports drivers. Wannabe esports drivers. It's like me, I really want to play golf really well and play darts really well, but just because I wear the clobber doesn't mean anything.
I just want to be a driver, never mind an esports one.
So, common saying, just because you wear the gear doesn't make you that good.
So, unsurprisingly, Dreams is putting in purple sectors.
Yeah, James Wordsey, we will go back as J7 around the final corner. He's going to set the first one. He's going to be on the wet compound, sorry. So we will go down to Dreams. Always very close to the wall, coming out with second to last.
I kind of gasped there for a second. Only 11 seconds faster. Not much in it, really.
Who do we
Golden.
have now?
Odin
Red
was a
Odin.
130.89.
Blitz outlap, he's going to start his now. That is Mikey, also an outlap. We've got an Aston Martin between the pair there. That'll be outlap of Syrah, and I think that must be Night Owl. No, it's not. It is Jono?
Yep, Jono's just in Sector 3 now. Just come up to the last corner.
So yeah, it should be flat out in quali round. These last couple of corners, he goes P332, 355. And then we're going to go down to that will be Night Out. Do apologise, I had a technical difficulty with the controller and headset deciding to misbehave. Are you still there, Trev?
Yep, I'm still here.